slow to rise. Let's get on our feet. Everybody's still kind of hustling in. It's okay. I'll start slow so you can get your mat down. Let's step toward the back of the mat and open the feet a little wide. Soften the knees and feel a little bit of a drawdown in the tailbone. Like as the knees come forward, the hips and the pelvis kind of drop down. So your lower back is a little flatter. It's kind of a weird posture. It's not how I would tell you to like walk around town, right? That's not what we're doing here. Like, I guess we could make that kind of look cool if we wanted to, but we're just gonna ground for a second. So as the weight kind of drops into the heels and the pelvis draws down at the tail, just start to push your feet down and out. So your legs feel more alive under you, yeah? And with that feeling of pushing down and out, can you also create just a little bit, not a lot, of lift in the pelvic floor, right? So we're focusing energy from the hips down right now in this moment. And I want your attention, like literally your brain and your consciousness and your awareness, like from the hips down. And feel the energy of that just moving downward into the earth. And then from like the navel, like from the hips and the navel and from the inside, let's start to lift up and then start to lift the arms and reach up. And so your rib cage is spreading, your arms are reaching up high. Some of you, as soon as your arms went up, do you realize that you straightened your legs and your whole thing went up? But what we need to be able to do in yoga is actually create both of those things at the same time with equal amount of energy. So we need to feel the down and the up, and those two things, like as you press into the earth and you reach for the sky, what you're actually doing energetically is creating space in your body. Can you feel that? It seems like it's so simple, but I think if we don't stop and break it down, we might not actually realize how the down and the up work together, and then it actually doesn't even feel like you're doing either. You're just holding. And this, the down and the up, merging together into one so that your whole body just feels kind of united, balanced. This is yoga. The poses are meant to be steady and effortless, which is exactly how you are right now, and you're breathing. So I promise that's not going to be the only thing we do today, but if you could just wrap your head around the lesson of this example, and then we're going to try to play that out throughout the entire practice. So you can see how you need to pay attention, right? Because right now you still got to feel a little bit of that down and a little bit of that up. Go ahead and reinforce it. Take a breath. And then exhale. Just straighten your knees and let your arms come down. So there is already just a little effect from that pose. Can you feel it? Yeah, there's the prana. The yoga is alive and well in you. Go ahead, take another breath. Remember, good morning, my friends. Good morning. So take another breath. Feel the feet push down and out. Bring the arms up. And then exhale, forward fold. Fold all the way over. Let your head down. I'm just going to take that volume down a tiny bit. It's okay. Let your head go. Now the feet are still pressing down and out. Your head is kind of reaching toward the earth. So again, we're creating space. But now on the inhale, I want you to lift up halfway. Put your fingers on your shins, create a flat back. And in this simple movement, the legs are pushing back, but the head and the heart are pulling forward. And then go ahead and fold again. Drop your head down. And with a flat back, I want you to come all the way to standing. Lift your head and chest. Reach all the way out and up with your arms. Feel the feet push down and out as your arms reach high to the sky, and then this time bring it to your heart center. Again, inhale, arms reach. Keep pressing down as you reach up. Exhale, fold. The feet stay grounded as you gracefully bow. Then lift halfway, coming to the flat back. Feel the pushing back and the lengthening forward. And then please go to plank pose. Walk your hands out to the front of the mat. And there's some actions going on here too, subtle things like the hands pushing down and in, so your chest activates a little bit. We need the upper body strength to sustain this pose. You also need your legs to be really firm behind you. And then the feet are going to push down and out, like they were doing before. When you're ready, bend your elbows and lower down. You can put your knees down or not. You're going to lay out onto the belly, and then inhale into cobra. The chest is reaching forward as the legs reach back. Squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit. Breathe for me, breathe. With every breath, see if you get a little bit of softness in the muscles here. Like, let's just see if we can get cobra to continue to evolve. So you're on your hands here rather than your forearms. Let's slide the hands back so we're not resting on the elbows, yeah? And the feet are really long behind us. Point the feet back. Get the tops of your ankles to press into the mat. And then widen your collarbones. Lift your head a little bit more. One more breath. And then exhale, let it go. Oh, let's push back and touch child's pose. Since that first back bend was long back bend. And even here, the arms are extending forward as the hips slide back onto the heels. And then just take a moment to reconnect with your breathing. From here, we'll come into our first downward facing dog. And this is a pose that is filled with the pushes and the pulls. This is a pose that is filled with the ups and the downs. See if you can find them all. Spread your fingers out. Give me a little push with your arms. Try not to overexploit your armpits or your chest. Hips high, belly in, and really strong legs pushing back. If you can make all of those actions happen equally, the pose actually becomes steady and effortless. Let's lift the right leg high to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And then on the exhale, step the right foot to the right thumb. Big lunge forward. Might take a couple steps to get there. And then come on up for high crescent lunge. Use all 5 toes on the back foot. Remember how sturdy the back leg can be. Very nice. So, can you feel the tailbone draw down? Can you feel your feet push down and out? Then at the same time, from the waist, can you lift and reach up to the sky? So at the same time, we are rooting down and rising up. And the whole time, we're just making space in the body. It takes all of that desire for perfection away. Lean back for me just a little so you feel the sensation in the front of your left hip. And then put your hands down and go right to down dog. So it's hands down, a big step back. See again if you can find those double actions, the balanced actions, so that we're not overworking or underworking ever. We're just fully present. Left leg rises as you inhale. And then look forward, step the left foot by the left thumb. And rise up into high crescent for the other side. I love all the modifications I'm seeing to get that step up. It's beautiful. Create the down action. Root the pose. Tailbone down, feet ground. Lighten it up, reaching from the pelvic floor, from the waistline, from that central channel. We reach all the way to the fingers. That's it. And maybe a slight lean back. Take a breath. And then go right to down dog. Hands down. Step back, hips high, head low. Find your breath. Your breath is the priority. All right, one more inhale. Push back just a little for me. And then look forward and start walking your feet right up to the top of the mat. Feet together. Lift halfway like we did earlier. Fingers on the shins. Legs back, heart forward. And then exhale, fold. Rising to standing, Urdhva Hastasana. The head rises, the arms reach. Feel the grounding down and the reaching up, and then pull it to your heart. Okay. Inhale, both arms reach. Let's hook the thumbs. This is our regular thing. We just take a little stretch to the right. Just feel into your side body. On your inhale, return to center. Let's touch the other side. You can switch your thumbs. The left one pulls the right one. It actually makes it feel a little more energetically pleasing. And here, the feet are pushing down and out, and we're reaching up and out to the left. Come back to center. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale again. Both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Let's fold in deeply. Each time, maybe a little bit more. Lift halfway on the inhale. Fold again on the exhale. Now bend your knees, sink your hips. Chair pose. And another opportunity to find those balanced actions. Draw the tailbone slightly down. Feel the weight in your heels. Push the feet down and out. There's a really beautiful grounded feeling here. But then from the hips up, let's see if we can rise. That's it. Come all the way to standing. And then pull your hands right to your heart. Inhale, arms reach. We're going to flow. Exhale, forward fold. Moving and breathing. Lift halfway. Leave space for you to remember the actions. Go to plank and lower. Both feet go back. You take it down slow. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Okay. Right foot's going to step up to the right hand. Turn your left heel flat for me. We'll rise into warrior one. Warrior one, arms reach. So again, it's not the outer form, it's that inner nuance that I'm looking for today. Ground the back foot, make the back leg straight. So there's a lot of action in the left leg, but there's some grace in the right one. Can you bend the right knee a little more? So you feel the tailbone go down and you feel those feet push down and out. Just create that action in the base. And then from the pelvis all the way up, can we start reaching, lengthening. Feel the ribs spread, feel the heart rise, feel your gaze go up. I want you to reach like there's something to touch up there. Like really take it up just a little bit more. So you feel the down and out and you feel the up and in. And then take one more breath, lean back for me. So you get some weight on that back leg, there it is. And then exhale, take your flow, hands down. Step back lightly, lower slowly. Inhale through the back bend of your choice. I'm seeing a lot of things going on. And then exhale, down dog. Push down as you rise up. In every transition, in every pose, there's an opportunity for you to be seeking these actions that create balance and steadiness. Warrior on the left side, left foot steps. Turn the right foot flat and then rise up facing forward. The chest plate is forward. Now I don't want you to worry so much about the outer form as much as what you're feeling energetically inside. If the back one leg is fierce and straight, then soften and bend into the front one. Your left side body pulls back, your right side body pulls forward. See what else you can find. Do you feel the tailbone down and the feet down and out? Can you feel the rest of the body come in and up? That's it. So energetically, we create this balanced place, and then we just watch and see how the breath helps us become more spacious. Lean back just a little so you feel what's happening in the front of the right hip. And then exhale, go ahead, take a flow. Hands go down. Step back lightly, lower, nice and slow. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, down dog. Push and pull. Find your way through those transitions. And then no overworking, no underworking. Just breathe. It's Saturday morning. It's a beautiful day. You're in the park, moving, breathing. Can that be enough? We're going to take one more breath here. Push back a little bit. And then look forward. Let's bring our feet up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Fold deeply on the out-breath. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Utkatasana, your chair pose. Find the down and the up. And then exaggerate it. Push down and rise up. Let's bring the hands to the heart. Putting it all together. Inhale for chair. One breath only. As you exhale, fold in. This is going to speed up a little bit, so just stay with me. Inhale, lift halfway. Let's go to plank and lower on one exhalation. Inhale deeply as you take the back bend. Now just touch down dog, don't stay. Right foot steps up, left foot flat. One breath in warrior. Find all of that nuance. Yeah? And then on your exhale, you come right back down. Hands down, step back and lower. Yeah, we're flowing. Inhale through your back bend, touch your down dog, and then show me your warrior on the left side. It's one big inhale as you rise. As soon as you're ready to exhale, please plant your hands. Step back lightly and lower. Breathing in, smooth it out. Take your back bend, and then empty your lungs as you go to down dog. We'll stay here now. I know the heart rate came up a little bit, so smooth it out. Control the breathing through the nose. In and out through the nose. Long, slow, and deep on the way in. Complete on the way out. We'll take one more together. Push back a little. And then when you're ready, look forward. Let's walk our feet up to the top. Yep. Lift halfway. Inhale. Fold deeply. Exhale. Finishing strong with chair pose. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Remember, push down to rise up. Feel that. Expand. And then bring it to the heart center. So that is what we call Surya Namaskar B. It's designed to create heat in the bigger muscles and joints. Did it work? Yeah? Okay. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Let's stay right here. Soften your knees. Put your hands down on the mat. And then take a big lunge back with the right foot, please. Stepping back onto the toes. Make sure that you're not on a tightrope. Make sure your right foot stays to the right side of the mat. Yeah. And then if you would, just root your right hand down and twist open to the left side. That's our first spinal twist. And when we're a little bit tight, when we're not actually paying attention to those balanced actions, sometimes the hips tilt with you. But what I'd like you to do is actually press the feet down and out and draw the tailbone a little bit down. Get a sense of integration in your base. And then from the belly up, see if you can start twisting. That expansion. We root a little bit with the right hand so we can open the left chest a little bit more. If it feels like your right hip is sinking or your right leg is sinking, pick it up. Foundation first, and then expression, and then exit. Eyes down, hands down. Step back to plank. Lower slowly. Inhale one time, back bend. Exhale, downward facing. All right. Walk your hands back to your feet. The feet should be hip distance apart. Bend your knees 90 degrees. Reach forward. Come to a flat back. See how low you can go. Get the chest down. And then press your hands together and bring them into the heart center. We're going to tuck the left elbow inside the left knee. Left elbow inside the left knee. Lock them into each other gently. Pushing in, pushing out. Yeah? And then try exalting the arms. So similar arms to what you just had going on in your spinal twist. And the feet are hip distance apart. That left arm is on the inside space of the legs. That's it. Now right leg straightens. Play with that. Now the hips are tilting. This is what you wanted to do in the lunge, and I didn't let you, right? So enjoy the spaciousness. Enjoy this. See if you can create a little more length in your spine. Head back. Sometimes we draw the chin toward the chest, and that rounds and curls us. But instead, draw the crown of your head out toward the front of your mat. And then just look down. Let your right arm down. Let's soften both knees. Go ahead and walk your hands forward. Hold steady right there in plank pose. And then if you would, roll to your right side so you're facing left and reach the left arm high to the sky. Can you feel the feet kind of pressing down and the tailbone drawing down? And then can you feel the expansion from your waist? Let's reach the bicep over the ear. So we root with the bottom half of the body. We expand the upper part of the body. It feels amazing. And then the arm comes up. Return to plank and lower. Nice work, everybody. Take it down slow. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, down dog. Enjoy one breath only. Just breathe in, open your mouth, make a sound as you breathe out. Oh, I did not hear you. Did you not have any stress this week? Yeah, come on, give me a deep breath in. Let me hear you. Ha. All right, let's just walk our feet up to the top. I think we could all use a moment to regroup. Feet come together, lift halfway. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, sink your hips, please. Chair pose. You know what your work is. Push down, rise up. Bring the hands to the heart. Pause for a moment. Just breathe and notice how you feel. All right. On your next in-breath, the arms reach. As you exhale, forward fold. Stay right there, lift halfway. And then soften your knees so you can touch your hands down and the left leg takes that big step back. Remember, we step it toward the left side of the mat. And then you're going to root the left hand down and twist open to your right side. Remember the work that we've been doing. You need to establish that foundation. Keep the strength in that left leg. Be mindful that the left hip isn't dipping toward the floor. The back foot, both feet are actually pushing down and out. Make sure you keep your ground. Don't sacrifice your foundation to get a bigger twist. Right? We want to build the foundation and then we want to see where we can twist from it. That's it. Root a little through your left hand. You might get more access to the right chest. Reach up, look up toward your fingers. Yeah, right there. Look right up there. Yeah. Take another breath. And then just go ahead and release. The hand goes down. You're going to step right into down dog, please. And then start walking your hands back to your feet. Take your time in the transition so you can actually feel the shifting of the weight into your feet. And then we'll bend our knees 90 degrees, sitting back into half chair and extending the arms forward. Hands come together, pull them to your heart. Right elbow inside the right knee. So we're just getting warmed up. Let's exalt the arms. Again, just feeling into the spinal twist. Make sure there's a little space between your feet so you can actually get that right hand down. You can touch the mat. Yeah, open up a little. Open your feet. There you go. And then think about hips lower than heart. Heart rising. Yes. Reach up like you mean it. And then that left leg begins to straighten. Draw the head back. Breathe. From that, get everything. And then start to look down. Release your hands, soften your knees. And we walk it out into plank pose. Which side do we need to do? Roll to the left, face the right. Roll onto your left side, face the right. The right arm reaches high to the sky. Find those double actions. Don't overdo either of them. The feet pushing down and out, tailbone drawing down. The arm reaches over the head. Expand the ribs. Maybe look toward your fingers. It's going to feel like the side stretch we did when we were standing. And then the arm comes up. Let your hand return to the floor. Take your time. Lower slow. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can feel it here. The hands kind of push down and in. The feet kind of push down and out. Your arms and your legs feel strong and they're supporting the pose. See if you can lift the pelvic floor. Make the pose a little lighter, a little higher. Last breath here. Push back a tiny bit. And then look at your hands. Let's walk our feet right up to the top. Feet come together. Lift halfway. Then exhale, fold. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Chair pose. I'm going to stay a little longer. I'm going to let you cook for a second. Can you feel the down and the up? While you hold the pose, not as you come out of the pose. What I've been seeing is as we're not holding the pose, that you're saving the down and up action for when we come out. And I want you to see if you can create it here. It's so subtle. It makes the pose sustainable. Tailbone down, feet grounded, lifting from the waist, lifting through your spine. Yes. Now, root to rise. Come on out. Brilliant yoga, everyone. Hands to heart center. Inhale again. Let's reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway up on your in-breath. Let's go to plank and lower on the exhalation. Breathe in right here for cobra. And then exhale, down dog into warrior one. Right foot steps up, left foot turns flat. We did it earlier in the Surya Namaskar B. We come on up facing forward, and the body's already familiar, right? So see if you can just tap back into the double actions. The back foot is grounded. The feet are pushing down and out. The tailbone is slightly down. So I could use, I could see that you could use a little more energy in the lifting. That's it. Now stay where you are, but take your arms down and behind your back. Interlace your fingers together. See if you can pull them away from your body and open your chest. Now can you stay here, but lean a little bit back into that back leg. Lift the chest even higher. Maybe lift the gaze a few inches. Now as all of that upward and backward energy is evolving in you, can you bend your right knee a little bit deeper? Now we have an opportunity here to pull the right hip back and the left hip forward. Again, just creating a little more balance. Now in slow motion, leading from the heart, please come to humble warrior. Square the hips. Bow the head toward the right big toe. Keep using your back leg well. The back foot is grounded, the back leg is strong. We bow our heads low. Now we've got a root to rise. So you're going to push down, and you're going to come on up slow. Then both arms reach back up to the sky. Just feel the expansion, feel that reach. And then exhale, take a flow. Hands down, step back, and lower. Beautiful. I love what I see. I don't even have to cue it at this point because if I cue, you try to match my timing, and I want you really in tune with your own timing. From here, we'll create warrior one on the other side. So simple, left foot steps. Let's come on up. Reach the arms up. Now pay attention to all of the things, right? There's so many little nuances. And it's about what's happening internally. It's about you feeling that inner form. It's not about creating this perfect outer form. Not one of you looks the same as anyone else. We can't possibly. Our bones, our genes, our lifestyles, they're not the same. So I'd like to give a little more energy to the back leg. Could you lean back slightly? And then take the arms down and behind you. When you interlace them, put the other index finger in front. Chest plate forward. There is like a squaring of the body here. So the right hip moves forward, the left hip moves back. And it's subtle. You can't really move them. But if you make the actions, they actually start to give a little bit. We start to push into the tensions. Now, leading with the heart, we bow humbly. Come on down. Aim your head towards your left big toe so that you don't turn out to the right. I want you to maintain the discipline of the foundation that you built. Yeah, and don't be afraid to bend your left knee. So we don't want to feel like we're booty in the air here. It's not how low your head goes, because if that made your hips go up, it means you lost your foundation. So let's all bend the left knee just a little more, re-ground into our foundation, and on an inhale, we'll rise back up. Keep coming up until the arms reach high to the sky. Take all of that energy from the pelvis to the fingertips, and then exhale, take your flow. Hands down, step back, and lower. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Yeah. That's all we're doing is moving and breathing. Doing amazing. Let's let off some steam here. Inhale big. Open mouth sigh with a sound. Exhale. Yeah, there you are. Right foot step. Stay on your left toes. High crescent lunge. Take your time coming into this high crescent. It's actually our first one. On the toes of the back foot. And we're gonna feel the down and out, and we're gonna feel the up and in. And then with some grace, turn open to the left side, pivot the back heel down. Show me your warrior two. We turn open to the left. We ground and we create that foundation. There's a down and out and an up and in. Check in with yourself right now. Is there one part of you that feels like it's doing more than something else? A lot of you might feel burning in your right leg. Can you reach back more with your left arm? Get more weight over the back leg. Center yourself. Let's reverse the warrior. Remember, as you're reaching up, you're also grounding down. Work the feet, bend the front knee. Breathe. Okay. Gazing upward. More energy upward. Let's see if we can keep that inner lift. Pelvic floor lifts up and in. And then take the right arm and float it. Is that your left arm? Your left arm. And float it out behind you. That's it. So here, while both arms are up in the air, you know that you need that upper lift, that lift from the pelvic floor. Lighten your load here. And then in slow motion, return to warrior two. Straighten the front knee. That's your right knee. Triangle pose. Yeah, take your time with it. It's not about getting your hand to the floor. Your shin is a perfect prop. And instead of pressing the back of your hand on the inner shin, what about putting the palm right on the shin bone? I see a lot of people with their hand on the inside. What if you put the hand on the shin bone, and then you were able to push down into the leg so your chest could rise and open up a little bit more? Remember the down and the up? We're trying to create balanced actions. Now here, let's wrap that left arm behind the back. Create a half bind. And then now that you push down and you were able to rise up, I want you to hold that space inside of you and take the right hand and put it on your heart. So you know you have to ground down and out through the feet, draw the tailbone down. Go ahead, expand from the chest, lengthen your spine. So beautiful. That is an advanced pose for an all levels class. You guys are amazing, you're rocking it. Let's open the arms and then rise back up to warrior two. Just feel a little pat on the back right there. Yeah, I am giving you a pat on the back. Yeah. And then you're gonna flow. Both hands go down. Come back to the rhythm of your breath. Yeah, and it feels nice to be able to work hard and to still be able to hold that idea of balanced action. We're going to try a high crescent on the other side. Left foot steps. Stay on the right toes. Let's come on up. Chest plate forward, arms reaching high to the sky. Once you find your balance, you're going to turn open to the right for warrior two. Open the arms. Check in with yourself. Don't be heavy in the front leg and leave out the back leg. Balance out the hips. Feel the tailbone ground and the feet ground. And then from the waist, like from that inside, the pelvic floor, can we rise? There should be a lift under your armpits even. Some of you look like really hardened in the arms and the chest. Like what if it was more about expansion? Reaching out to the fingers, yeah. That front knee bends a little and opens a little wider if you can. And then reverse your warrior. Right arm down, left arm up. Keep seeking out the down and the up. Not what the outer form looks like, but what kind of energies are you creating inside your body? Look up towards your fingers. It might feel really nice. And if you're really doing that upward lift, you could float your right arm out behind you. Holding yourself in space. That means one arm is up to the sky, the other one is reaching toward the back of your mat. Breathing. Calm, cool, collected. Not cursing the teacher for holding you so long, right? Front knee bends, and then return to warrior two. Yeah, you're smiling because I know what you were saying about me. Straighten your left leg. Let's go to triangle. In triangle pose, we're made up of straight lines. So the legs are straight. We're open. We're grounded. We're breathing. Yeah, and it's all about just creating those balanced actions in your body. Maybe the tailbone down, the legs pressing down and out. Yeah, squeezing up and in through the central channel. Let's wrap the right arm behind the back. Use that left arm well so you get the lift. And then see if you can take the weight off your left hand and put it on your heart. You know that this pose relies on the foundation. Root with your big toes, lengthen your legs, then lengthen your spine, draw the head back a little, give me one more breath. And then just joyfully open the arms back up. And then bend the front knee and rise back up. Nicely done. Go ahead and take the flow. Both hands come down. Step back lightly, lower yourself nice and slow. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, down dog. I heard a sigh without even asking for one. That's beautiful. Thank you for expressing yourself. Okay. When you're ready, please look forward and then gracefully bring your feet up to the top of the mat. The feet come together at the top, lift halfway. And then exhale, fold. With a flat back, we'll rise to standing. Lift the head and chest. Let's reach the arms up. And then pull your hands right to the heart. How are we doing? Are we okay? Do a little time check. Okay, this is good. All right, so hands stay at the heart center. I want you to feel that feeling of pushing down and out through the feet, lifting up through the central channel. Yeah, this is Tadasana. And then go ahead and pick up the left knee. That means you're trusting your right leg to hold the pose. And there's a balanced action here too. There's a pushing down through the right and a lifting through the left. And I recommend flexing the left foot so the sole of your foot lifts as far away from the floor as possible. Like lift your toes up towards your knee. So the foot isn't just hanging there. The foot is actually picking up, yeah? And then I want you to feel the sole of that foot and start pressing it into the space behind you. As your leg goes back, your head goes forward. So all the things that we were doing with both feet on the ground, we're still doing now with one in the air. Press down and out through your feet. Tailbone a little bit down. Now start reaching both arms forward. You got to feel the down and the up. And then bring the hands right back to your heart. Come to standing. Try not to touch down. See if you can bring that left knee back to the belly. Stand tall. Find the push-pull. And then slowly release your arms and your foot back to the mat. That was nice. Let's try it on the other side. We're going to take our time. Balance is about doing what we've been doing, right? The down and out and the up and in. Balance is also about not overdoing or underdoing any of the work, right? And you got to take your time so that you can manage the fluctuations, right? We're not just trying to fix it. You know that you're going to get thrown off, and the faster you move, the faster you have to adjust. So take your time here. Root the left leg, bend the right knee, just find it. Be in your work. Find your breath. Feel the down and the up, the left one pushing down as the right knee rises. Get the sole of the foot active. And then super slow, like you're just pushing through the space behind you. Take that leg back. Right leg extends behind you, pushing through the heel. The leg goes back as the head goes forward. Then we enhance the work. Extend your arms. And that might mess you up, so maybe you need to pull them back in and you got to try again slower. This is your work. Feet are pushing down and out. The back leg is straight. Can you feel like your back knee is bent? Go ahead and straighten it. Then pull your hands back to your heart. Pull your knee back to your belly. And as you release your hands, you'll just slowly release your foot back to the mat. Okay, inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Let's go to plank and lower on the exhalation. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, walk your hands back to your feet. Let's see if we can get up on 10 fingertips and see if you can get the fingertips to line up under your shoulders. So there's going to be a little space between the hands and your toes. They're not in line. Yep, there we go. And push into the fingers so you lift up a little bit. So I want you to get that feeling like you're in flat back, right? Even though you can only go as high as your fingers will allow, right? That's it. Now really slowly lift the right leg behind you. Balance the actions. If I were you, I wouldn't try to get that leg up to the sky. I would get it parallel, right? I would reach back behind you, not up high to the sky. Keep the hips level. Can you feel both legs working? Feet pushing down and out. And I'd like you to get a little more weight on your right hand and see if you can twist open to the left side. It might feel like you're collapsing in your left hip. If that's the case, you got to push down more so that you come out of the crease of that left hip. Lots of balanced actions here. You're moving in all different directions. Every limb has a different direction of reach and grounding. Take one more breath and slowly look down. Put your left hand down and then please put your right leg down. Soften your knees. Let's take a little squat at the back of the mat. Treat it like a child's pose on your toes. Bend your knees, lift your heels, and bow your head. Knees are together. Yeah, there you go. Let your head down. Let your back stretch. Anybody need that? You guys feel that? All right, so we want to emerge from here, back into that forward fold. Take your time. Start to sink your heels and lift your hips, bow your head. Take a deep breath, lift halfway, look forward, and then put the fingertips down. A little bit forward of the feet. Left leg lifts behind you. Keep it straight, push it back. It's not about how high it goes. It's how much action can you maintain in both of them, right? The legs feel the same, even though they're not doing the same thing. And then a little weight on your left hand. The right arm starts to twist up and open. The spine starts to twist. Do you remember how much you used your leg in the lunges, that back leg? You were on 5 toes and you were working hard to keep the back leg straight and not sinking. The extender of the leg is the quadriceps, right? So we want to straighten the knee. Straighten the knee, push back. If you push back, you'll be able to lift your head forward. And then twist a little better because your spine's longer. So good. Eyes go down, the hand comes down. Let's put our feet back down together. Take that little squat. Curl your tailbone down. Let your chin tuck to your chest. Come back to your breath. Now on this one, you're going to sink your heels, you're going to lift your head, and you're going to start to rise into chair pose. Hold for just a second. Let's bring a little bit of that heat back. And then remember your root to rise. Come all the way up. Stretch as high as you can. Lengthen through your body. And then bring your hands right to your heart. We're going to take a little slow flow. Arms reach. Inhale. Forward fold on the exhale. As you breathe in deeply, look forward. And as you breathe out, just walk your hands out into plank. Hold plank so you can breathe in again. And as you exhale, lower down onto your belly. Breathe in through the back bend of your choice. Be gentle. And then exhale, downward facing. So just feel what you need to feel in your down dog, and then come into a seated position, please. You can sit anywhere you like. Simple cross legs or sitting on your heels. And if it feels appropriate for you in this moment, I would suggest softening the eyelids or maybe closing your eyes, just to help minimize distraction for the moment. Yep. And then we sit in the stillness. What a gift. Think about it. When your days are crazy, when your week never stops moving and you're bouncing from one thing to the next, in the car, out of the car, on the phone, in meetings, going to yoga, like all of the things. Just remember that you have a pause button. At any moment, you could put the car in park, as long as you're not in the middle of 95 or something, right? But you can stop what you're doing, you can pull aside, and you can take a few breaths. And that is exactly what's happening here, right after the frenzy of the practice, right? We're moving and breathing and adjusting and energy shifting and creating. We just stop. We find ourselves exactly where we are, in the moment. And we find our breath. And to me, that is the best medicine in the world. When you stop in the moment, you actually get to have an experience. You get to feel what's happening. Like, did the yoga bring joy for you? Then be in the joy. Right? If you notice that it brought up some negative self-talk, could you stop it in its tracks? And shift to something more purposeful, like gratitude. Not everything in life is going to meet your expectations. Maybe we learn how to let them go. Just cultivate appreciation for what is right now. Right now, in this moment, not any other moment, not anything that happened before. And the truth is, we don't know what's going to happen next. So could you just sit here right now, in your body, grateful for this beautiful day, for the energy of the people around you, for the city for giving us this space, for your willingness to get out of bed and show up, for every breath and every movement and how it shifted or transformed some level of the tension from your week, from your body. Like, could that just be enough? Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bow your chin toward your chest, soften your posture, let down. Oh yeah, let down. Soften. And blink your eyes open. And when you're ready, you pick your head up and maybe you just look around. Take it all in. Yeah. Maybe you realize that you've been practicing next to the same person for weeks. You don't even know their name. So before you leave today, maybe you ask them, right? Go ahead and lay yourself down onto your back. I know you guys all know each other. A lot of you know each other. There's some really beautiful friendships. There's community that is happening here. We become neighbors. And as you lay yourself down, go ahead and draw your knees into your belly. Rock a little bit from side to side. Just allow that movement to feel nurturing in some way. And then release your feet back onto the mat. Let your feet be about hip distance apart, arms by your sides. We're going to just one more time create a root to rise situation. We're going to do bridge pose. We're going to do them in a rolling fashion. So keep the arms down by your sides. On your inhale, you push down with your arms and your feet and you let your whole body rise. So that's your inhale, opening the front body, lengthening the hip flexors. So lift up into bridge on the inhale and then take it back down on the exhalation. Remember, your feet are pushing down and out. Your arms are kind of squeezing in. Do it again on the breath. Inhale, come on up. Maybe it gets a little bigger this time. And then exhale, take it down slow. And then last one right here. Inhale, come on up. Press down. Feel the expansion. Hold here. Make sure your footprints are solid. Don't lift anything up there. You got to root down to rise. See if you can get the chest a little closer to your chin by squeezing the shoulder blades just the tiniest bit. Give me one more inhale. Fill up the pose. And then slowly use the exhale to lay your spine back down. Upper back, middle back, then lower back. And then let's draw the knees into the belly one more time. This time preparing for spinal twist. Both knees go over to the right. The hips go to the right. And the arms open wide like a T. And for the first time today in the practice, I'm going to invite you to let go of the dualities. Because you've already done the work. You've done the pushes and the pulls. You have created the environment for your energy body to settle and balance. And now we're going to trust the process. We're going to know that the mat beneath us is going to hold us, this ground, this earth beneath us, Panchamama. She will hold you. You don't have to clench or grip or hold anything. So after the work of balanced action, after the single pointed focus, after the pranayama and the breath, we learn about surrender. Slowly and gently as you can so that you don't disturb the peace that you're already starting to create. We're going to just find our way gently back through the center and over to the other side. And I'm sure you roll over in your sleep all the time and you don't wake yourself up. So you can do this softly. Be easy on yourself. You know you can rise to the occasion. You know you can hold the pose. You know you can do all the hard things. Can you do the soft things? For some of us, the softness and the vulnerability is the hard thing. What if you just left a space for it today? The possibility that you could be a little softer, that you could shed a tiny bit of the armor, and let all of the goodness in you that's been hidden, let it rise. Amount of effort, but the most mindfulness. Let's return to the center. Go ahead and place your feet back on the mat. Let your knees drop open for a moment. Left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly. Continue to soften and quiet. embrace the stillness as you just notice the world moving around you. It is okay to be still while everybody else chooses not to be. Let's take our arms down by our sides and draw our knees back up into the center. And then let each of your legs slide down. Nothing left to do. For a few moments you get to be. Just for you, I ordered a really big cloud right now, and it came in just in time. So enjoy that coolness on your skin from the breeze and that little break from the sun. Just please meet yourself exactly where you are. Gently and slowly just begin. Maybe a little bit of awakening, right? So maybe it's a deep breath or a little movement. Some of us are jump out of bed people, and some of us are ease into the day people, right? So whatever you need right now in this moment, but eventually, as a group, we'll come back to seated, so we can close our practice. What a pleasure it is to be here with you and to bear witness to your practice in all of the ways that you show up and all of the moments that you have on your mat. I am grateful. It is an honor and a privilege to be here with you every week. I thank you. I thank you for showing up. Thank you. Like for you, right? Just showing up for yourselves. There's nothing like being surrounded by people who are showing up for themselves. And yet this is the thing that we do is not selfish. It is actually an act of service. Because there's something greater happening when we do our practice and we start to feel ourselves transform and we start to feel ourselves let go of tension and stress. When we are able to put our troubles down for a few moments, we show up better in the world. We know we do. We show up better for our people, even for strangers. Our hearts soften a little bit. And you showing up a little softer could just be the thing that softens somebody else today. Your willingness to hold the door for them instead of letting it slam in their face might just be the thing that changes their whole day. You catch eyes with someone at a red light and you smile. It might take them out of the story they were looped into for a moment and remember there's humanity and there's joy. So as we heal ourselves, we heal the world. We really do. Let's take a deep breath in and make that little sound, that sigh. And then together, let's create the beautiful and sacred sound of home so we can close our practice together. Breathe in with me. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, perfect peace. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May the actions of my life and all of our lives somehow contribute to that happiness and that freedom for all, so that we may all know peace, peace, perfect peace. Namaste.